We left the western side of the Sierras, Sequoia National Park, and all the growers. Hit a few bees on the way out, sorry about that. Through the Red Rock Canyon and back up the eastern side of the Sierras, which locals refer to as the Sierra Nevadas. What are you doing? Did all the wires fall on you? That can't be comfortable. As we drove up the Owens Valley, we saw saline lake beds, much like Death Valley's Badwater Basin. We stayed in the little town of Aberdeen just off of 395, set in front of the Inyo National Forest, which ended up being our view during the 3-week stay. And that view was spectacular. It was a great place to hike, bike, and just enjoy the peaceful sunsets and beautiful scenery. We drove back behind the campground into the Inyo National Forest, then hiked a bit with Ty. It was beautiful, with the mountain backdrop, cinder cones, and lava rock. You could see for miles. One day we had a nice surprise, watching a wildlife team band 3 baby owls.
This is the one that's got
The other one's hiding.
Okay. All right.
You see, those are her hands. So it was really tiny. And then like a week later, it was this big.
This is a little bit smaller.
we have as much as Yeah, that's good. We appreciate those people.
He's behaving himself very well. He's a good baby.
That's right, she's got to put him back out, doesn't she? You got to put you guys back home. Yeah, that's right.
I love that female, how she's posturing.
They just hold on and they just hold.
You mean walk down on the tree?
When they get their prey, like an osprey, can lock it on, and when they take off, it just.
But the very clowns make a mockery out of principle we have always cherished and reflected.
It was very well done. After the December 7, 1941 attack on Pearl Harbor, the U.S. government swiftly moved to begin solving what they referred to as the Japanese problem on the West Coast. On February 19, 1942, President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed Executive Order 9066, which authorized the building of 10 relocation centers, Manzanar being the first. Accepting detainees on March 31, 1942, it held 10,046 adults and children at its peak, and a total of 11,070 by its closing in November of 1945.
The Japan of today. The enemy Japan with which it is at war. The Japanese, in my opinion, will never crack. They will never surrender. In Washington, President Roosevelt reported to the Senate that steps were being taken to separate loyal Japanese Americans from those whose sympathies remain with Japan. Early in the war, 100,000 persons Japanese were evacuated from their homes and military homes. These were known to be loyal Americans.
Barracks were 20-foot by 100-foot tar paper buildings that housed 6 to 8 families in each one. They partitioned spaces with hanging cloth and had to make much of their own furniture. Here are recreations of the barracks.
So this looks like a little courtyard where they could play basketball. They've set this one up to go into. So there's another building right here. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more buildings between this one and back there.
Between 135 and 146 Japanese Americans died at Manzanar. 15 were buried there, but only 5 graves remain, as most were reburied elsewhere by their families. The Manzanar cemetery site is marked by a monument that was built by a stonemason, Ryozo Kado, in 1943. An inscription in Japanese on the front of the monument reads, "Soul Consoling Tower."